Welcome everyone back to Club 3 of the UK Journeyman Save. In today's episode, it is January 1st. We are going to have a hopefully big squad overhaul. We've already signed a load of players before the January's even started. We've also sold a ton of players, loaned a load out. We are trying to get rid of basically all the rabble and bring in some quality players. Before we cover that though, we'll take a look at how the fixtures have gone since you last left us. As you can see, it's not going great. We did get our first win, so we beat Bristol Rovers 3-1. Professor Snape with a double. We then progressed in the crappy cup that we don't care about. We lost to Bolton in the league, which was really disappointing because we were actually winning that game at 1.21. We drew with Blackburn, which is really not bad. Quite a decent performance considering we lost 3-0 to them recently. We obviously have made a little bit of a progress with a 1-1 draw. We then drew 0-0 with Blackpool, which was really disappointing because they're right down in the relegation zones as well. And same again against Huddersfield. We were leading twice in those games before drawing the game ultimately. We then lost to Doncaster, which was again disappointing because we weren't bad at all in the game, but unfortunately, we just didn't get the result. So it's only the one win so far, but we haven't lost a lot of games. We're drawing games, so we are picking up points. But as you can see, that is pretty much still leaving us was quite a job to do. 22 points after 26 games. We obviously need to start picking up a couple wins. We do have a game in hand on Blackpool, so even just a draw would take us above them, but obviously we've got Grimsby above us as well. And after that, there's starting to be a bit of a gap. So realistically, if you offered me 20th now, I'd take it. We've done some business, so we'll cover all of the transfers. There's been a lot. We'll start with the outgoings first. So first one out the door is Ewan Curran. He was one of the youth players. He's went on a loan for the end of the season to Boreham Wood. A lot of these lads are only tied down till 2031, so the end of the actual season. So them going out on loan is essentially them leaving the club. They're never going to play for us again. Some of the loans are not the entire transfer amount. Some of them are. We'll just go across them as we do. Josh Knowles is another one. He's left. Again, youngster, not playing. His contract's out at the end of the year. They're not even paying his wages, so we just wanted him off the books. Harrison Roan, the backup goalkeeper, he's went to Dundalk on a permanent. He left for free. Glenn Flavel is left to go to Barnet on a season-long loan. Again, paying most of his wages there, so that's £500 of wages spared. Alex Foe, another one. Contract out at the end of the season. He's got a Scunny on loan. They're paying £550 of his £675 wage. Thomas Woodward, who was a bit involved, but again, he's just not good enough. He's went on loan. Again, his contract's out at the end of the season. They're paying £675 of his £750 wage. Another one, Matt Ward, he's left on a permanent. He's gone to Gillingham for, I think, where is it? He's went to Gillingham for 14.75k, so made a bit of money on him. Another one that's left us is Tahal El Mansouri. He's went to a team, I don't even know where, maybe a team in Libya. Are they Libyan? Yeah, he's went back home to a team in Libya. He was sitting in the under 21s. We actually got nearly 80k for him, so not bad at all. Jack Whitaker, another one out on loan. His contract's out at the end of the season. He's went to Torquay. They're paying 625 of his 775 wage. And the last one out the door is Nathan Mariah Welsh. I would have kept him, but he kicked up a fuss. So he's went to Dundee United for I think 400k, which is really not bad at all. I think we have to pay someone like a 10%, so 40k went to, was either Hibs or Bournemouth, or someone got a bit of money, but 400k for someone who wasn't playing, he wasn't going to really play. I'm quite happy with. All of that said, so we've like sold maybe 11 players. Obviously most of them are just loans, but we've sold a couple. We're still looking to sell more. We've still got a big squad, but we do still need to make some signings as well. So let's cover the signings. So first one that you already saw Richard King, you already saw Diego Leone and Will Mannion, I believe. If you didn't see Will Mannion, we signed him on a deal till 2032, 1.3k. He's actually been injured, which is why the young goalkeeper had to come back in for a few of those games, and that's probably why we didn't win them. I think had we had someone like a proper goalkeeper in for Huddersfield, we probably would have won that game. But we signed some more players. Another one in the the door is Louis Enaharo Marcus. He's a 24-year-old Nigerian centre-half. He's on £2,000 a week on a deal till the end of next season. A good League Two player, so not the best, but, you know, needs must at this point. Another one in the door is Isaiah Jones. He is a 31-year-old Guyana? I don't know, is it Guyanan? I don't know what the phrase would be. But he's on a deal, again, 2.3k till 2032. He's got 3.5 stars of current ability, so a decent League One player and someone that can just join us in the attack. Another one, and this is probably one of the better signings, is Shamira Mahuka. I'm going to call him Mahuka. Correct me if I'm wrong. We've paid over the odds for him. So there's a couple of lads on the books who've got a match highest earner clause. Those lads are all on £6,500 a week. So we really can't be offering any more than that. So we signed them for £6,500 a week, with sometimes giving them a bit more appearance fee, sometimes a bit more of a bigger loyalty bonus. But basically everyone's getting 6.5k maximum. That's our maximum. But he's on a deal to 2033. He's only 23-year-old English striker. He's a good League One player with potential to be a leading championship player. So for someone who's played a fair bit of football, and he's done all right everywhere he's went. He's from Chelsea's academy, had a couple of games for them in the Premier League, went on loan to the Championship and scored pretty regularly as well. League One with Charlton twice. He was at Charlton, and he was most recently on loan to Preston, the champ. Got 10 and 38. He's done all right so far. He's got 2 and 3. One of them was a penalty. But yeah, he's not bad. He's big. He's quick. His technicals aren't the best, but physically he's very good. So he's, yeah, our new main man up front. Another one that's a pretty good signing is Josh Stevenson. He's a 24-year-old English centre-back. Again, 6.5 grand a week till 2033. So at least we've got a couple of these lads tied down for a few seasons. He's a good League One player, again, leading championship potential. So these are the lads where even if we get an offer for them next season, it's such a big amount where it's worth it. He's formerly of Hearts, Brentford. He's for some reason had a loan in the second tier of Romania. He's actually from Millwall's academy and then went to Brentford before getting loaned out to a few different clubs. But yeah, definitely good enough to be a League One player. Like I say, 3.5 stars of current ability. He's our new centre-half. And then the other one we already knew was joining was Matthew Connolly, that goalkeeper on loan from St Johnstone. His contract's out at the end of the year at St Johnstone, so there's every chance we go and sign him. But he's only a decent League Two player at the minute, so he's going to be our backup, but he will start while Will Mannion is injured. So that's everything. We, as you can imagine, are over budget now. We're three grand over budget, but we've still got a number of players we're trying to sell. We're trying to move Farrell on. We just don't really like him at right back. If we can get like $1 million for him and get his big wage off. He's someone that was on less money, but he had a match highest earner clause, so he's now on 6.5 grand, and he's tied down till next season, and he's only a 3-star player. He's earning too much for how good he is. So even though we probably don't have another right back, I'd be happy just to get rid of him. Other than that, there's no one else in the starting 11 we're trying to get rid of. Obviously, we're trying to get rid of Lavungo, Lewis Tompkins, Sweeney, Giles, Belongo. Martin Pachev has a deal to leave. We'll obviously mention that once he's gone. Yeah, other than that, and a few of the loans went as well. If I go back to the transfer history, I wonder if we can see loans. Does it mention the ones that have left? I don't think so. Released? No. Okay, I don't know. I don't know where to see. Anyway, some of the loans that came in, I guess if we look at the ones that come in, I think it was Bryson's went back to Burnley, Ben Domes left. So we've only got a handful left. But yeah, a couple of them were just earning too much, weren't involved, so we just moved them on. So we've got a smaller squad now. We've still got a bunch of under-21s as well that we're trying to move on. As you can see there, they've got... We've got a load of them that were in the first team. We've just moved down. We've got a load of players we're still trying to sell that are on decent money. We've got a couple bids in for loans for various players. So we're still trying to move on a lot of these lads to try and free up some money, because these are just sitting. Yeah, these are just taking up a wage. Like, we could definitely clear at least get back to a neutral wage budget and not be over budget with this. All that being said, the club are definitely not doing too bad financially. We've got 712k in the bank. If we can get a big deal in for someone like Farrell, then that's even better. Another thing that's happened as well is the board have allowed me to do a new badge, so I'm studying for my Continental C as well at the minute, so that's great. So even if we get relegated, at least I'm making progress. But I think we'll be okay. In today's episode, we're going to be playing 2 games, one against Reading away and then Wigan at home. And yeah, those are our 2 games for today's episode. So for our first of two games, it is Reading. They're currently sitting in mid-table. We could really do with a win, and this is the team we're putting out to try and do it. Conley comes in for his debut. We've got a back four of Farrell on the right. He is left-footed, but he can play right back. Enaharo, Marcus alongside Stevenson. Diego Leon at left back. A midfield two of Graham and Roddy. We've got Snape on the right, Jones on the left, Ali, Sticker, and Maheka up front. Knight's injured. He picked up an injury, so he's going to miss out, as does Mannion. So those two miss out. Bryson's leaving us, and a lot of these lads are leaving us. So we probably have to move up some of those under-21s just to sit on the bench until we move them on. But yeah, we're obviously trying to move on lots and lots of players. So we'll just be moving in and out players as need be. The only ones on the bench that are actually going to stay at the club is King. He's the only one there that we signed. He's probably not good enough now. I probably regret signing him a little bit now, especially for $4,000 a week. So we'll definitely look to move him on next summer, but we can't move him on in January. We've only just signed him. So he's at least good enough to sit on our bench, and yeah, we'll hopefully do this. But yeah, we could really do with a win. In terms of where we're weak, we definitely need another right mid. Snape, I don't mind him. He's a youngster, he's got big potential. He's very, very quick, but yeah, he's probably not good enough. I know he's our top scorer as well, which is mad. But that's because the rest of the team's so poor. We definitely need another striker. So a striker, a right mid, and then maybe a DM. Roddy's kind of kicking off that he wants to leave. We've promised him if an offer comes in, we'll sell him. If someone comes in with something like this for him, he was only a League One player. Yes, he's got potential, but he's already 21. If he was 19, I'd be more inclined to fight to keep him. But if we got an offer for him, I'd probably just let him go, to be honest. Graham's probably the better of the two anyway, and he's obviously in on loan. But yeah, we could definitely do with some DMs, some better DMs, but I definitely think another striker, a right mid, probably a better left mid as well, but I'm okay with Jones for now. A DM, and then a proper right back. A goalie would be ideal, like a really good goalkeeper, but for now we just have to, do better than Levengo, and thankfully we've got that in Conley. Hopefully, we've not seen him play, but this is a debut for a lot of these lads in front of you lot. Obviously, we only played the first two games. Most of these lads weren't here, so it's a very different side to the first episode. Hopefully, the big squad overhaul hasn't wrecked the dynamics too much. It's definitely wrecked it a bit because it's gone to very poor. So hopefully we can start to get a few results to try and turn that around. But yeah, there's some good players in the side now. I was very critical of the side, but now we've got some good players. I think Stevenson's good, Leon's good, Maheka's good, and those are probably the main three. Everyone else is fairly average. But it is still probably a squad that would be relegation strugglers, even if we started the season with it. But we're obviously taking over a side that would have absolutely been relegated. There's no doubt about it. We are 1-0 down, though, early doors, which is not great. From the new goalkeeper and defence, not looking great. 1-0 down to Reading, who are only a mid-table side. There is a very realistic chance we actually get relegated. I just think there was maybe too big of a job to do, not in terms of points, but just in terms of squad. Because the other thing is we've got to give these lads time to gel, and we also need to give them time to get used to playing with each other, get used to the tactic. But if we keep getting goals from this lad, so he scored 3 goals. One of them was a penalty. The other 2 are headers, so he's definitely good in the air. 3 and 4 for Maheka, and it is 1-1. And like I say, points are not bad, but we could just do with a win or two just to get the feel-good factor back at the club, because I do think, I think we're probably a couple of decent wingers and maybe a right back away from being good enough to stay up. I think even if we only stick with what we've got now, we're probably just about good enough to stay up with the amount of games left. Obviously, we've got plenty of time to do it. It's just about bedding them in. I think, you look at some of these lads, they're probably not losing their spot. Stevenson, Leon, Maheka, the 2 midfielders, these are going to be here for at least the end of the season. That's poor from us there, and we've not tracked back well at all. Reading, and we'll get our shape back, but yeah, I just don't like Farrell. I don't like him. I don't rate him at all in the slightest. It's deflecting all over the place. Thankfully, Conley pulls out a decent save there on the debut to keep it 1-1. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's too bad of a side. I think if we get another striker who's better than Ali Sticker, because he's only really like a National League level player, then I think we can do better. But it's a ball over to Ali Sticker. If he can take this down, get another ball into Maheka, We could be cooking here. Farrell plays back to Ali Sika. Had to be offside. He's not. Roddy back to Farrell. First time to Ali Sika. He must have been offside again. He's not. Ali Sika still going. Oh, it was a great ball in the middle to Isaiah Jones, and he's just not finished it. It's straight at the goalkeeper. Remains 1-1. But we're definitely in this game. And I think looking at the stats, the games are pretty even these days. So the fact that we've not come out on top in more games, I mean, we should have beaten Blackpool, we should have beaten Huddersfield. Those were poor results. I'll take those on the chin, that those were probably poor results, because we realistically we needed to beat the teams in the relegation battle, and we haven't done. We've only drawn. The good news is we didn't lose, because that would have set us back massively, and we would have been really, really trying to play catch up. We're very much in the mix now, and like I say, if we get 1 or 2 wins just to get the feel good factor back, Hayden Snape get in, he makes it 2-1. And you know what? For a lad who's not that good, he does come up with a goal fairly regularly. Like, he's our top scorer for a reason. He does nothing in the games, but he just ends up with a goal. And we are 2-1 up. Oh, I would love this. A 3 points here would be massive. Would be absolutely massive. Yeah, just to get, like I say, just to get us back into the feel-good factor of winning games. We've only won the 1 so far. The fans will be sick of draws. And this is a good chance against a Reading side who are pretty much just mid-table, probably not going to be good enough for promotion, not going to be bad enough to get relegated, so we're just kind of middling around them. The one thing you can definitely do when you're in a relegation battle is start picking up points against mid-table sides later in the season, because they just don't care as much. Once they're pretty much got nothing to play for, you've got everything to play for. Just that will to win will over sort of turn their good ability, especially in real life. I don't know about in-game, but in real life, that's definitely a thing. But that's an easy ball over the top. Have we got the pace to come back? We do. And that's where that big difference is between having the centre-backs that we had before that didn't have any pace, that were too old, too slow. They, Enaharo Marcus manages to get back and cover the space, forcing them to go long with a long-range effort, and thankfully nothing came of it. Isaiah Jones actually got off to a really good start. He got a goal in his debut. He's not done much since. I'm kind of regretting signing some of these onto deals till 2032, but they would have just wanted too much to just stay till the end of the season. I've clicked on this. I've just realised we don't have anyone, do we? Right, we'll bring Tompkins on for Roddy, because we are trying to move some of these lads on, so I guess showcasing them isn't the worst. We don't really have a right back anymore, which makes things complicated. Yeah, I guess we just leave it as is. The lads will probably be getting tired because they'll be playing a lot of games. We definitely need to go out into the loan market, perhaps. That's something I've not really looked into, is could there be any lads we could sign on loan without having to pay? Obviously, at this level, you're probably paying wages anyway, so it's going to be hard to find a lad who's, we're not going to have to pay anything. And realistically, it's going to be from Premiership and Championship academies. Oh my God, we've massively got away with one there. There was almost a calamity of errors at the back. Nearly caused an own goal. Still 2-1. We've just about got away with that. I think we fouled someone, but that's fine. Still 2-1. I'm absolutely desperate for us to hold on to this. But it's Reading with a throw. But yeah, like I say, we'll go in for the low market, but given that we just don't have the money, we really need to start selling players now. We can't really sign anyone until we sell more. Oh, that's too easy. Oh, thank God. It's a poor finish. Remains 2-1. I can just sense an equaliser. I can just sense it. We've been the better side looking at the stats. We just haven't scored anywhere near enough of the chances. And I'm sensing an equaliser's coming, which would be absolutely cruel because we've done well. Blackpool are losing as well. So depending on what the Grimsby result is, this would pretty much see us out of the bottom 4, which is massive. 4 relegation spots is a lot, but that's just the way it goes. Enaharo Marcus does really well again. Ali Steaker into Graham, into Steaker. Steaker's going to go alone. Steaker, can he get it across the box? He's got to square it. There was runners. Mahuka was there. He's got to square that. Instead, he tries to go for glory, and this is why we're not good enough with these players. 6 minutes of added time. We've got a lot of tired legs, but we've got no subs. They'll have to see it out. Not long left. Have we held on? We have held on, and that is massive. Just our second win all season, but that's huge. We really needed that. We did really well there. I'm really proud of the boys. 2-1 win, and we are officially outside of the bottom 4. Grimsby and Blackpool both lost. We're now 3 points clear of the bottom 4. That's exactly the kind of thing we needed to get ourselves back confident, back happy that we can stay up, and yeah, a couple of lads are going out on loan. We'll just cover them now. Carl Graham, he's going to go out on loan to Peterhead in Scotland. They're covering most of his wage. Joe Evans is going on loan to Annan. Again, they're covering most of his wage. So that's a couple more of the youngsters going. And yeah, let's go play our second game and maybe, hopefully, have some more transfer stuff to talk about. But I think it's only a couple of days, so maybe not. So before we get into our second game, a couple more bits of business have been done. Carl Graham and Joe Evans, you saw, went out on loan. Brian Balongo has went to Colchester for 9 grand, just under 10 grand. He wasn't playing for us, so he's gone. And it frees up a bit of wages. And then another one that's actually a decent bit of business. Dorian Giles has left the club. He's went to Stoke. What is it, 750k? I mean, he joined us on a free from Brighton. Barely played, and we've sold him for big money. He's only a decent National League player now, and he's got League One potential. I don't think he's that good, so I think we've swindled Stoke there. 750k profit, which has obviously increased our budget quite a bit. We've got 1 mil in the bank. We've got 500k in transfer budget. We've got 2.5k now available in wage, and I'm not able to drag it across for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm sure if we needed to, we could move the budget in. So that does obviously free up a little bit of money, which means you can probably go and sign some players now, but no one's actually available. We've had a bid for Farrell, but we'll wait for it to go through before we talk about it too much. We're still obviously looking to move on most of these other lads because they're just not good enough. With that being said, we moved a couple of youngsters into the first side. Gary Khan, just a left back, into the first team, and Jason Kelly as well, just someone who's got a little bit of potential. We'll chuck him in. He's obviously not going to play, but just to fill up the squad, just to fill up the bench while these lads come back from their injuries. Again, we're trying to move them on. We're still trying to move on lots of these under-21 players as well. So yeah, we'll hopefully get rid of more of these before the end of the window. But for now, that'll do. And we do go into our second game of the episode against Wigan, and this is the side we're going with. It's the exact same 11. Obviously, the bench slightly different due to those exits and the youth players coming in. Potentially Farrell's last game for the club, so hopefully he can leave on a banger. We'll give a number to Kelly and hopefully get ourselves another point, or 3 ideally. Obviously, we did climb out of the relegation zone with that win. So if we can go back-to-back wins, that would definitely start to ease the burden a bit. The more and more we can move away from the bottom 4, the more we can start to relax a little bit and not feel the need to go out and sign players on big money who are probably not worth it. But at the minute, the deals we've done, it's enough to be getting us going in the right direction. We got a big win against Reading, so hopefully we can get a decent result against Wigan. I don't know where Wigan are actually in the league. Let's not pull up the table because we got a highlight. Graham on the ball, plays Farrell, tries to get around his man, gets tackled but picks up the loose ball anyway. Plays it to Snape, who's bursting in, and he's just turned for no reason. He could have just kept going forward. He's turned, but there's still a chance. Graham plays it to Farrell, who plays Snape in again. This time it's a better first touch. Ali Steaker, how has he missed? Is it a save? I think it's actually a brilliant save. Ali Steaker really should have been scoring there. Isaiah Jones with the corner. Big Roddy gets there. I've never seen a DM be number 9, but there Roddy is for some reason. But unfortunately, he couldn't turn into Roddy Ager and head it behind, as it does remain 1-1. As you can see, the defence is a little bit better now. I had a great ball to Ali Steaker. Can he find a man? No, he can't. He's brought down, and we'll get a free kick out of it. But yeah, I think it's fair to say, just based on these couple of games, the side is looking a lot better since we've made those changes. Got a proper goalkeeper in. Graham with an effort from distance, unfortunately, over the bar. But yeah, got a proper goalkeeper in. I don't know whether we'll bring Mannion back in or just leave Connolly in. I guess we'll just see how Connolly gets on while Mannion's injured. And if we feel the need to, we can always swap them round. But corner to us, comes back out to all the way to our defence. Stevenson plays it to Isaiah Jones, who finds Roddy, who can find Jones again. There's players in the middle. Can he get it in the middle? Or is he going to go himself? He's going to go himself. And Isaiah Jones makes it Mansfield 1, Wigan 0. And the ship is starting to turn around. The boys are feeling more confident. We're getting players in attacking positions. We're getting good players into the side. The lads are starting to gel a bit more. It's all coming together. Everyone's match fit. And I think the only thing that's going to do us in now is if other teams around us start to pick up points as well. And also if other teams around us, if some of the players, a key player gets injured, or we yeah, if a key player gets injured, we are screwed because we just don't have much in the way of depth. Depth is definitely what we need to be looking at now. And I don't want depth to be go out and sign players who aren't good enough just to sit on the bench. I want depth to be we go out and sign, oh, Maheka's through. Oh, this lad's a signing. Shamira Maheka, 4 in 5. He's a signing. Leon with the assist. Diego Leon. What a man he's been since he's signed. Love him. I love a little South American. Just a little hard South American. You can't beat him. And just a big striker. Maheka makes it 2-0. You love to see it. You love to see it. But yeah, I think if we can just get some players to improve us, and then the players that are in the 11 can drop down to be bench players, like if we could get a better striker to replace Ali Stika, if we could get a better right mid to replace Snape, and just take the burden off them and allow them to be, just bench players, then that's fine. Obviously, we've got Knight as well, but honestly, the few games I played him, I didn't like him at all. He's one of those strikers. We're cooking on gas. Maheka 5 and 5 on his hat-trick, 3-0 to Mansfield. But the couple of games I tried Knight in, he is more of a natural winger, so perhaps we'll just use him as a winger. But he's someone that could definitely just sit on the bench for the end of the season. We are going to have quite the rebuild to do again. I think we've had quite a bit of a rebuild so far. As you can see, things have rebuilt into quite a good little side. But I think if we want to be looking upwards next season, I mean, we're not getting ahead of ourselves. We know we've still got a relegation fight on the hands, but 2 wins back-to-back is starting to make that look like easy work, light work, because we've spent money. We have spent money, but we've got rid of just so much dross out of the squad. We've lowered the size of the squad and just brought in. Yes, we've spent more on wages, so we're spending more on wages than they were, but we're spending it on good players, and that's what matters really. You get players in who can play at the level. They're in the first team. They're worth it. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather overspend for a good first team player than have 3 players who aren't good enough sitting on the bench just to fill out the squad. I'd rather have a small squad and a small but quality first 11 and a bad bench and just have to rely on bad bench players now and again than have a team that isn't good enough but a big squad. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Ali Steek is injured, and that's exactly where that kind of stuff starts to bite me on the head. Well, Paychev's actually leaving the club, so I'm going to give Kelly his debut. Kelly's going to come on. We're 3-0 up, but we should be fine bringing a youth player on, especially up front. But youngster Kelly's going to come on for his debut. Probably wasn't expecting to play. I wasn't expecting to play for him to play either. But we'll definitely let him come on and play a little bit. Roddy's looking pretty tired. I guess we'll bring Tompkins on for him. We don't really have another DM. I was going to take the other one off as well. I guess Graham will have to just stay on for now. Roddy makes way for Tompkins, another one we're trying to sell, but he's the kind of player where if you don't sell him, I'm not too fussed because he's just a youngster. He's not taking up a big wage. It's just someone who's probably not good enough. He's probably not got the potential to really make it. We are at a good enough club now where the coaching and the facilities, players will actually get better. So having players for potential isn't the end of the world. When you're at a lower club, I would never worry about potential. If you're anything from National League or below, do not worry about potential because the facilities aren't going to be good enough to realise it. You only really need to start worrying about potential at like League 2 level and above. Even then, like League 1 maybe. Once you've got good facilities and decent facilities, decent coaching, it doesn't have to be the best in the world, but as long as you've got some decent stuff to go with it, then you're fine. Before that, don't even worry about it. Just literally sign players for current ability. Maheka plays into Jones. He must have been fouled there, but we're on the attack still. Farrell on the right-hand side. Can he get the ball in the box? He doesn't. He goes back to Marcus, who plays in Tompkins. Isaiah Jones into Kelly the youngster. Oh, no. The linesman's an absolute villain. Oh, Kelly the youngster almost got a debut goal. It'd have been in his memory for a lifetime when he made his professional debut, scored on his debut. It's the difference between 3-0 and 4-0. It makes no difference. And the linesman, an absolute villain, rules it off for offside. You hate to see it, but you do love to see the win. That takes us up to 19th in the table. And we are 3 points ahead of Grimsby. And Blackpool drop down to 22nd. Grimsby up to 21st. We're above Salford now at least. And like I say, I mean, there's not massive... I mean, if we can keep winning games, if we can get somewhere around mid-table... That will do me very much for a first season. Rescue jobby, and we'll be happy with that. But yes, we do finish the episode 19th. Lots of spaces outside the relegation zone, which is great. Looks like the sale of Farrell's about to go through. No, he can stay on loan. He's only going to miss a couple of days. Yeah, Maheka has been brilliant. I can't believe they ruled off little Jason Kelly. Oh, that's a shame. He's not that little. He's 5'8", but he just seems little. He's young. Yeah, I'm gonna delay the Farrell one just because I'm looking to bring a right back in first. Because we don't have another right back. So if we just sell him and the other right back doesn't come in time, then we're screwed. But he will be leaving. We're just going to delay it for a couple of weeks because we're trying to bring in, I'll show you who we're bringing in, Hayden Ford on loan for the end of the season. We're still scouting him, but looking at who he's played for previously, he's had a couple of games for Norwich in the Champ, done okay. He's been playing, he was at Wolves' Academy, had some loans in League One, I think it is, yeah, League One, and he did okay. And went to Hungary, did okay. So I think he should be fine, but I just want to make sure it's confirmed before I sell Farrell. But yeah, we'll delay that one for the week just to make sure that we're not short a right back for our next game. So I think what we'll do is probably get to the end of Jan. We won't go too far ahead. We'll go, we'll get to the end of January. And we've got a pretty big gap. So I guess we'll just do these 2 February games. I don't know why it's such a huge gap in fixtures. Why we've got all these games in Jan. Are we out the FA Cup? Or has it not started for us yet? I don't think it's started for us yet. So we may be back earlier, but I'm thinking we'll come back for around Millwall and Walsall. The 2 alls. So we'll come back for that. Like I say, we'll come back after the end of January when we've done all our transfers. We'll know our squad for the rest of the season around here, and then we can really kick on. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the UK Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.